Morning, all. All right, so today we're going to talk about the career of Bryan Marchment, a controversial figure when he played. He, of course, passed on a few weeks ago. So we're going to talk about his career, and he was a first-round pick of the Winnipeg Jets. In 1987, they picked him 16th overall. I'm kind of surprised a little bit that he was a first-round pick, but hey, physical defenseman, big defenseman. He did his job. He did his job out there. He did what his coaches would have asked him to do. And yeah, so he makes his debut in the NHL in 88-89, plays 2 games, no points, and 2 penalty minutes. This is one of those careers you have to track the penalty minutes for. 89-90, plays 7 games with the Jets, 2 assists, 28 penalty minutes. So he's getting into it a little bit here. 28 penalty minutes in 7 games isn't too shabby. 90-91. In his 3rd season with the Winnipeg Jets, he plays 28 games that year, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points, 91 penalty minutes. So he's traded, and he would be traded a lot. This is going to end up in the journeyman playlist too. He played for 9 teams in total. So July 22nd of 1991, he is traded with Chris Norton in exchange for Troy Murray and Warren Reichel. So tough guy going each way. Marchment one way, Reichel the other. 91-92 with Chicago, plays 58 games, 5 goals, 10 assists, 15 points, 168 penalty minutes. In 92, the Chicago Blackhawks also go all the way to the Stanley Cup Final. He plays 16 games in those playoffs, records a single goal, and 36 penalty minutes. But in terms of playoffs, he doesn't record penalty minutes at the same rate as he does in the regular season outside of those first 2 appearances here. 92-93, 78 games, 5 goals, 15 assists, 20 points. He has 313 penalty minutes, which is 7th. So that shows you how different the era was. Now, if somebody had 300-plus penalty minutes, we would be wondering what's going on. Why is he so angry? Back then, just 300 penalty minutes? Well, you're top 10, but you're just 7th. So yeah, 313 penalty minutes. Then he plays 4 playoff games, no points, 12 penalty minutes. 93-94, plays 13 games with Chicago Blackhawks, a goal and 4 assists, 42 points. And then on November 2nd, he was traded with Steve Larmer in exchange for Patrick Poulin and Eric Weinrich. So a lot of trades, a lot of names in these trades. And of course, I look and I think, have I done a video on, insert name of player involved in trade? So playing with the Whalers, and yes, I do have a Whalers. I have only a couple of Whalers ones, but I have one that works here. 93-94, he plays 42 games with the Whalers, 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points, 124 penalty minutes. So his penalty minutes continue to be a defining feature with him, right? He's getting suspended a lot. So before people ask, well, where's the suspensions? There's a lot. He was suspended 13 times in the first 12 years of his career. So I would be going through a lot of suspensions. As much as people talk about players now, and this guy should be kicked out of the league, and this guy's a dirty player, Marchment was always right on the edge. 94-95, he ends up playing with the Oilers. Stephen Rice signs as a free agent with the Hartford Whalers. Well, I've been talking lately about how we didn't have true unrestricted free agency. So as compensation, Bryan Marchment is awarded to the Edmonton Oilers for Stephen Rice. And that works well for the Oilers. Stephen Rice's career wasn't that long. For the Oilers, he plays 40 games in 94-95, a lockout-shortened season. 1 goal, 5 assists, 184 penalty minutes, which is 3rd overall in the NHL. That's a ridiculous rate that he's getting penalty minutes at there. 95-96, plays 78 games, 3 goals, 15 assists, 18 points, 202 penalty minutes. So plays 38 more games and adds 18 penalty minutes. So a little more subdued there. 96-97, plays 71 games, 3 goals, 13 assists, 16 points, 132 penalty minutes for Bryan Marchment. Plays 3 playoff games for the Oilers, records 0 points, but has 4 penalty minutes as well. Then we get into 97-98, plays 27 games with the Oilers, 4 assists, 58 penalty minutes. And then he's traded. It would be the first of 2 times he's traded that season. December 30th, he's traded with Jason Bond Sr., who had been a top draft pick for the Oilers. Didn't take long before he was out of town. Steve Kelly goes as well in exchange for Paul Comrie and Roman Hamrlik. So Roman Hamrlik headed off to the Oilers. He, of course, being a former number 1 draft pick. There you go. So he goes to Tampa, plays 22 games, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points, and has 43 penalty minutes. Then on March 24th, he is traded yet again. He is traded with a 1998 first, which would become David Legwand, along with David Shaw as well, in exchange for a 1998 first, which became Vinny Lecavalier. So there was a lot of musical chairs with draft picks going on. That Lecavalier pick ends up going back to Tampa, of course. Andrei Nazarov is included in this trade as well, going back. And then in 97-98, so third team in the same season, San Jose, he plays 12 games, has 3 assists, and 43 penalty minutes. So the penalty minutes are still high. In the playoffs, 6 games played, 10 penalty minutes, no points. The following season in San Jose, 59 games, 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points, 101 penalty minutes, 6 playoff games, and 4 penalty minutes in said 6 playoff games. 99-2000, 49 games played, 4 assists, 72 penalty minutes. So his penalty minutes are coming down now. 11 games in the playoffs, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points, and 12 penalty minutes for him that year. Following season, he plays 75 games for the San Jose Sharks, 7 goals. That's a career high for him. 11 assists, 18 points, 204 penalty minutes, which is 9th overall in the NHL that year. In the playoffs, 5 games played, 1 assist for him, and just the 2 penalty minutes. So penalty minutes come down. 2001-2002, 72 games played, 2 goals, 20 assists, 22 points, 178 penalty minutes. In the playoffs, he adds a goal and an assist in 12 games and records 10 penalty minutes in the playoffs. 2002-2003, 67 games for San Jose. So San Jose is the team he played the most amount of games with. But that's the reason I'm wearing Sharks gear. 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points, just 108 penalty minutes. March 8th, he was traded for a 2003 third-round pick and a 2003 fifth-round pick, which would be traded back to Colorado, and they would use that to acquire Brad Richardson. So, pretty decent move all around at going to Colorado. In 14 games with Colorado after the trade, he records 3 assists, has 33 penalty minutes. In 7 playoff games, he records 4 penalty minutes, 0 points. So he ends up signing as a free agent in 2003 with the Toronto Maple Leafs. So July 11th of 03, he signs with the Leafs. Plays 75 games in the 03-04 season, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points, 106 penalty minutes. In 13 playoff games, he has no points and 8 penalty minutes. So he did play on the last Leafs team that got out of the first round in 2004 and recorded a total of 8 penalty minutes there. So he doesn't play during the 04-05 season. Now, of course, the NHL's locked out his players for that entire season, but he didn't go over and play in Europe or anything either. He just took the year off. And 05-06 starts up on October 11th. The Calgary Flames sign him as a free agent. So he plays 37 games with the Flames that year, a goal and 2 assists for 75 points. No playoffs. And that would be the end of his career. Now he plays 926 games in his career, 40 goals, 142 assists, 182 points, 2,307 penalty minutes, which is 31st on the all-time list, 83 playoff games, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points, 102 penalty minutes. So you can see the penalty minute rate is much lower in the playoffs than during the regular season. But again, there's a lot of injured players as a result of hits thrown by Marchment. There were knee on knees that players didn't like. There were late hits. There were violent hits. And the injured include Modano, Nieuwendyk, Greg Adams, Gartner, Kevin Dineen, Zezel, Bure, the injured Bure, Sammy Salo, Correa, it's Paul Correa, of course, Wendell Clark, and Martin Rucinski. So a lot of players, and that's just the big names that he injured. But he said he never, in an interview, he said he never was trying to injure players. He was just, playing hard, playing the way that he knew how to play. And yeah, guys were getting hurt. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.